So, how does one, what is the injury that you are pretty sure you have?
My MCL on my left leg, which is the ligament right on the inside of the knee.
That's not good. How are you still training?
Poorly.
Like, can you, because I know I've done stuff with injuries before, and there are some injuries, I've never had anything like that, but there's some injuries that you literally just, like, your leg won't
Right.
do a thing. It's not about the pain. It's about
It just doesn't function.
If you rip an Achilles, you literally just can't. You just can't.
Yeah. MCLs are their stability. If even with a full tear, they rarely do surgery. They'll heal they have good blood supply. It's one of the issues with ligaments is they generally don't have the same blood supplies like muscles. So when muscles tear, they just heal,
Yeah.
MCL, for the most part, will heal itself. It just takes time. Mine's not a full tear. It's partial, most likely. This is all speculation because I'm like, it's an MCL tear. I'm like, I go to the doctor, they'll be like, yeah, just, don't do what you did for a while. Let it heal. I'm like, yeah, I know. So
Well,
I can do like a full squat. It's weird stability issues. Like getting out of bed, like lifting my legs up and swinging them around to get out of bed fucking hurts. So I take my right shin and put it underneath the Achilles of my left leg and kind of support it as I do that. Morning's the worst. It's like all the like my body's just like,
yeah.
the
Well,
fucking,
you're also old.
there's that. I'm an old car.
Well, no, it's true. It's even so. One of the telltale things for me of when I have to start working out again, and when it gets to the point I'm at the age now where I can tell if I'm even like 5 pounds heavier because my back starts to act different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I gotta get back to it. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been as light as I am since probably 2018.
Auto volume control, it absolutely is.
Yes, fucking me. Stop fucking me, Riverside. You didn't even buy me dinner.
Good one. Okay, that should be better.
I did get a message from a friend of mine. I'm not going to reveal whom. He said, this is hilarious. I was thinking about how much money it would take for me to agree to suck a dick. I settled on $300,000. I actually, and I said, which dick? This matters. He says, I actually thought about that. We're assuming clean and healthy and you will never see the person again. I'm like, pristine ghost dick is favored in this scenario.
Yes. 300,000, that's what they said?
$3,000 or 300 grand.
Three grand.
$3,000.
Have you seen that Workaholics?
Yes.
They're like $200. I don't. Yeah.
So funny.
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm really, really open to things, but I'm super, super ungay. So I don't know if that would.
Yeah.
I don't know how bad that would mentally fuck with you the rest of your life. I don't
exactly.
know if $300,000 is really worth it.
That's I don't. That's some mental calculus I'm not prepared for.
Not prepared for. Am I allowed to get blackout drunk first?
Well, yeah. Then it's just, I don't know. Can we do it? Can we like do it inside of the walls of a prison? Because then it's okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then I highly doubt there's $300,000 involved there.
Well, no, not like in prison. I just mean we could go like the old pen and do it there.
It sounds
like sacred ground, right? I don't know. There's different rules in there.
It's true. It's very true.
This should all make it into the podcast.
Oh, it will. It definitely will. Let's see. I guess we get into it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming up on Verse, Chorus, Verse, DL and Evil back again, talking albums. Aren't we all lucky? That's next. Hi, everybody. I'm DL, and with me is Evil carrying the torch, Jimmy. Evil, how are you on this fine Saturday?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got up early to study and finish my notes.
Proud of you.
On a Saturday, and then I went and trained some jiu-jitsu on my flat tire, my broken knee.
Yeah.
which was probably not smart, but it felt good. And took my dogs for a walk, threw the ball for them.
How many times a week or whatever are you BJJing?
I'll do that for free, not $300,000.
I was trying to tie in a joke there somewhere.
Well done. I'm aiming for 3 to 4.
3 to 4.
Yep, 3 to 4.
How often are you going to your gym?
It's at the same place. I'm there every day.
Okay.
So on the off days, I do kettlebell stuff and deadlifts.
So you're becoming that guy.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, you've been that guy.
Yeah. And then daily, I do this. Like, I don't, okay, full disclosure, this doesn't happen every hour of every day. But what I aim to do is each hour of my workday, I try to do 9 pull-ups, 12 squats, goblet squats, not heavyweight, just mobility, and 15 push-ups. I try to do that every hour. Usually I get half-ish because I get tied up with work and stuff. But my goal is to try to do it every hour. Half is the minimum.
Pull-up bar at home?
Yep.
Okay. That's insane. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah, I got the idea from Pavel, kettlebell guy. Calls it greasing the groove. Just like daily, you don't granted, for a lot of people, 9 pull-ups is maybe a lot. For others, it's not many at all. But here's how, okay.
I can't do 9 pull-ups, but I absolutely am positive
I used to not be able to do pull-ups as an adult human male. And I could do like one.
Carrying around too much weight?
No, I just never trained them. I had tons of lower body strength, but upper body strength was not, par. And so I could do a pull-up. I could do a second one kind of, and the third one was kind of a struggle. And so I got one of those hang in your door cantilever pull-up bars. And every time I walked by it, I would do 1 pull-up. Just whenever I walked by it, 1 pull-up. Pretty soon I could do 3, 4, 5 fairly easily in a set. Not every time I walked by, but if I went to do a set of pull-ups, I could do far more than I could previously do.
I think my problem with those, because I have one too, but I don't think I know enough about physics, because I'm very, very worried that I'm going to break my door and it's going to come crashing down. It's a weird phobia.
Yeah, I get it. They work if you're set up correctly. Get little pads for the the molding on the side of the door sometimes is really made of soft wood. And so I get like extra padding.
Yeah.
To put under the bars. Yeah, so it doesn't like
my house is old enough to where
jack
I don't
that up.
Care. I don't give a shit.
But yeah, if you can do a pull-up, just do a pull-up several times a day.
What did you say? You said you try to do pull-ups, push-ups, and what every
hour? I do squats, goblet squats with the kettlebells where you kind of hold it. Yeah, and I use that. That's for mobility. It's just push, pull, squat. That's basic strength training paradigm. Push, pull, squat. Do those movements and body weight. I'm doing it with like a 35-pound kettlebell. Nothing insane. It kind of offsets your body and puts you in a good position for squat mechanics.
Evil's workout corner.
Yeah.
Everybody, it has to do, everybody hi. We're doing an album exchange, damn it.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned how this whole thing started. Evil gave me an album to listen to. I gave him an album to listen to. And we're talking about the first one tonight. I think it goes along with this album, and we'll talk about it. But one of the things we can touch on first is rest in peace to Brent Hinds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that yet on a recording.
No. One of the few men that could pull off a face tattoo.
Yeah. A pretty intense one as well.
Yeah. Which, the band, it fit the band. I think it worked pretty well with him and the band. Fine. I didn't realize he had done a CKY. He had been on a CKY album. He did some stuff with the Black Lips, Dillinger Escape Plan. I didn't know that. He was in Game of Thrones. He was an extra.
Yeah. Yep. He
did a lot of cool stuff besides just being a badass in Mastodon.
Right.
Yeah. As the metal guy of the podcast, where are you at with Mastodon?
I've been a Mastodon fan forever. March of the Fire Ants, way back. Like, that was the first time I heard him, and I was like, I heard the drums, and I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Like, if you hear Brad Daler's drums on that, and allegedly that was one take, I'm like, you got to be shitting me, And so I was a big fan.
First album?
I think it's their second, actually, but it was their
the one with the horsey on it.
Yeah, I think so. Is that right? Yeah.
I don't know. I know there's the Horsey, and then there's the Moby Dick whale, and then
That was after.
and then there's Blood Mountain, which is that was when I found them and fell in love with them. Was Blood
Yeah.
Mountain.
Well,
I
Blood
heard
Mountain's great.
somebody, one of my friends, I walked into her house and The Wolf is Loose was playing. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was my favorite song for like 3 years. So I became in love with Blood Mountain, and I've never really been a following them. I've never seen them live or anything like that, but I've always really, really loved them. Really liked Mastodon. And Brent Hinds was a cool dude.
Wrong. Remission was their first. I thought they had like an EP before that.
Horsey, that's
yeah. Yep.
Horsey
I
album,
was
everybody.
stand corrected. But that was the first I'd heard them, and I was like instantly blown away.
Cool thing I read about him that I did not know, the reason that he is so good at his fret play and his finger picking is he trained the banjo growing up. And it got him really, really good at what he does.
Yeah.
He was very good. I loved his voice.
Good.
His voice
yeah.
was perfect for me as a I don't love growl, but
right.
I love rasp. He had a perfect metal voice to me. And yeah, fucking bummer. Do you know the ins and outs of why he quit right before he died?
He was fiery. Like, he has a history of getting into fights with people, including the band.
Okay.
In fact, I think early on there were like fist fights in between band members. So he was just always, I mean, he's a creative spirit, you know. He's just star. Yeah. You're not a well-adjusted human if you make that kind of music as easily as he did.
Yes. So yeah, Brent Hinds, that sucks.
Yeah. A motorcycle accident. Like, also, like, fucking. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, hey, we talk all the time about how we want our rock stars to go out, and a motorcycle accident is,
well,
it's pretty right there. Was he drugs, alcohol? Was he pretty straight?
Probably. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm fairly certain intoxication led to a lot of the fights he was in with people. So
that makes sense.
Yeah,
but bye Hinds. That sucks.
Huge
Mastodon
bummer.
Is Mastodon still going, right? Like, they didn't.
Yeah, they've had like fill-in guitar players for shows. They had Uncle Ben Eller, YouTuber.
Really?
Yeah, he played a show.
Okay.
He probably makes way more money doing YouTube than he ever would in Mastodon. So
yeah,
but he's great, and they've had at least one, maybe two others fill in. So they're going to continue. What I don't like is, like, there was no reconciliation. So it's like, there was still like the acrimony between Brent and the band. And then now he's gone. And so that's a bummer. I don't like that part of the story.
That's got to be a hard thing to live with.
Yeah.
You know, moving on. But at the same time, like you just said, he's fiery. They've probably been in a million fights. You know. Yeah, that sucks. Brent Hinds was a cool fucking dude. I liked his music. I liked Mastodon. We haven't talked about him on the podcast.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I'm sure at some point we will cover at least a couple Mastodon albums.
They've been on end of year lists, I think.
Very possible.
I think early on.
I don't remember all the ones that we've done.
It's getting to that point.
We've done more than I thought. And we're going to do one in 3 episodes, something like that, 2 episodes. We're going to do another one. We're going to do the year I was born, actually.
Wow. Oh, is that why you picked it?
No, I picked it. So what I did is because I'm nerdy, I can't just do something. I made a chart of what years we've picked, and then picked the,
in between.
7 years in between.
There's a gap.
So we're going to go smack dab in the middle.
Oh, I love it.
And 82 is what we landed on. So everybody go check out the albums that came out in 82. It's one of those where you're like, whatever. And then you keep going down the list and it's like, wait, okay.
What's interesting thing when I did that exercise is there's a lot of music from that era that I'm in love with.
Yeah.
And stuff that I grew up with. 82 is kind of like a dark spot for that. It's like stuff I know of, but don't know. I mean, there's one or two that I'm like, these one of the greatest metal albums of all time, was released in 82. So there's some of that, but there's also going to be a lot of I don't remember this, or it's very like distant. So that's gonna be fun, and big artists too.
Big artists.
Some of the biggest.
Could potentially be one of those times where we think that maybe music had started to lose itself a bit. Maybe some shitty albums by good bands came out around that time.
Yes.
That's what we're going to get into in a few episodes, and we're excited about it. But this episode, we get to talk about a band that I had no idea existed until Evil sends me the Spotify album cover, which is unicorns and throwing up rainbows, and I don't know what the fuck it is. The band Torche, right? Is it?
Yep.
Are they pronounced Torche?
That's what I've always called them.
Okay.
I think it's Torche.
Torche.
Yeah.
When did you first find Torche?
Not long after this album came out. I would say somewhere 2013 to 2015. Somewhere in there. I don't know specifically when.
Do you remember how? Did you just stumble upon it?
Always looking for music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it caught me.
This feels like a hard find. It feels like what I looked online was a lot of people found them because they opened for specific bands.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite way to find people is when it's an opener.
Yeah.
I love that. That's how I found a lot of my favorite artists, actually.
Honestly, I don't know if this is the case. What could have happened is I'm fairly certain they had, not this album cover, but another album cover done by John Dyer Baisley, the main guy for Baroness. And I was huge into Baroness at the time. So he's an artist and he does great album work for other.
Is that Neanderthal? Or
no, it's not Neanderthal. It would have been, hold on, I'll have to look.
So I have some things to say about the album Neanderthal as well today.
Did you listen to it as well?
I did. Well, we do this thing where, one of our awards is it their best album? And I was like, God damn it. I don't like to do the,
there you go.
Okay. I gotta go listen to it, because here's another thing that you do sometimes on purpose, Evil, is you've done this in the past where you have purposely not given me their best album.
Yes.
But you've given me something that, like something different you think I'd like to dip my toe in. And then you're like, okay, now go check this shit out. So I had to check a couple other ones out.
It was In Return. It's an EP. And I'm not 100%. It looks like his work, but I'm not 100%.
That's awesome.
It is. Yeah. Artwork and design were created by Baroness singer John Dyer Baisley. Yeah. He has a very
about the album
distinct
Harmonicraft by Torche. That's what we are doing. Before we do that, though, we got to get to the most important part of the night. What are we drinking? I'll go first because I'm not as manly. I don't know if it's lazy or if I'm just still in that summer light. I mean, it's still hot in Washington.
It's hot here too.
Yeah.
It's 87 degrees right this moment. Is on its way up to low 90s today.
Yeah. See, so I don't feel as bad for the fact that I played it very wussy. I have what did I put in this? Through a bunch of light shit. So there is one of those seltzer waters that's Bellini flavored, which it's basically like mango. I really like it. And then vodka, Aperol, and grapefruit fever tree.
That sounds amazing.
It's fantastic.
Let's sit by the pool and
enjoy
the dog days of summer right there.
Exactly. It's like a not fancy, but a little more of a complex Aperol.
An elevated Aperol spritz. Yeah.
Yes. What are you drinking?
I'm simple. I've just poured some Michter's American whiskey because it's brunch.
Because if you have Michter's American whiskey, why the hell would you drink anything else?
Well, I'm like, the two albums we're going to talk about this episode and next were so easy to listen to.
Yeah. Yes.
It was just like...
you mean compared to Rush and Mars Volta?
Compared to most things, it was just like, I can just turn either of these albums on and enjoy them.
Yes. And I have a very similar take on these albums. I have I have some continuity between both albums that I'm going to talk about, and it's kind of going to sound like I'm ripping them.
Sure.
But I'm absolutely not. My theme for these next two episodes is that it is okay and sometimes just really nice to not have a band, to not be trying to listen to a perfect album.
Yes.
Just an album that does what it wants to do the right way.
You set up so many of my thoughts for both of these albums.
Good.
So I picked Michter's American Whiskey because why? It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm going to enjoy it. It's not challenging. I just pour it into a glass and I drink it and we have a good time.
There you go. See, that's wonderfully themed. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk Harmonicraft by Torche. Alrighty, let's do it. Torche by Harmonicraft. We're going to do it. We're going to do 2012's recorded in Pinecrest Studio in Miami. You have also Volcom Entertainment, which I love that this just feels like it'd be on a label like a Volcom label,
right?
You know. Well, my question to you is, I can't get you don't seem like a stoner sludge metal type of guy, yet here we are constantly.
I love it though. I mean, like I went and saw The Sword this past week. I love it. I love like the Sabbath inspired, like newer bands. I mean, fuck, The Sword's doing like a
Sword's 50 years
it was like a 25-year anniversary for Warp Riders or whatever the heck, or 15 maybe. Yeah, so newer. That's hilarious. Not 70s. Yeah. I fucking dig it. I love Down's first album, Nola, one of my all-time favorites. That's about as sludgy, doomy as you get. I find with like heavy music, it often turns into an arms race of who can be heavier. And in the doom sludge, it's who can play slower, louder, more fuzzy. That starts to turn me off a bit. I'm just like rein it in, tighten up your production. And these guys and this album is like a perfect example of like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. There are a lot of bands that I think because they are on the brink of a sludgy metal, it makes them really good at the more precise. Like the best example I can think of would be Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
They are borderline sludgy, but they are so precise and tight.
Very.
That it just works out to this perfect rock sound. So which we'll get to influences and influencees, but there are some straight up, like, this is one of those, and not in a bad way, not copying, but it's like, okay, so these guys listen to a lot of Queens, a lot of Jane's Addiction, a lot of, like, I hear a lot of really good influences here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where do we go? We've got Steve Brooks and Andrew Elsner both doing guitar and vocals. You got Jonathan Nunez, who does all the production, all the recording. He plays bass, all that other stuff. And then we got Rick Smith on the drums. You also have Kurt Ballou, who was a huge part of this band, mixing, producing.
Converge, if you guys are not familiar.
And Kurt, Converge. He's a Massachusetts metalhead. So all of that, Unearth. I don't know if any of you like Unearth at all. But straight and like, vegan, what is up with the Massachusetts? The Massachusetts metal scene is fascinating.
Wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It really, really is.
It's an interesting collection of humans there, man.
Did you see that September 10th?
Yes.
Torche and Cave-In are playing in London?
Yeah.
So they've
like Torche is done or was. Like they called it quits. And this is the first live show they would have played, and I think that was in 2022. They were like, we're done, and first show. And Cave-In's like a perfect band for them to play with.
Another band that you turned me on to that you are a huge fan of.
Also from Boston.
God damn. Yeah. Man. Jonathan Nunez, in a interview with Spin Magazine, they were doing like a track-by-track preview, and I love it because this is his quote. They kept asking him about songs, and finally he said, I don't know, man. They all just kind of blur together and you keep talking about them. For me, the songs are just solid and intense Torche.
Yeah.
So it's just funny because I wish that you could see it on YouTube, but there's this interview where they're going track by track with him, and at like track 10, he's just like, man, I don't know. We're just Torche and we're playing songs and that's it.
Right.
I fucking love that.
Don't overthink it, man.
Yes. Why did you give this to me?
A few reasons. One, it's kind of obscure. It's kind of an obscure pick.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I absolutely adore this band and this album, and I feel like they need to be talked about. They had a lot of attention when kind of around this era, but I haven't heard, like, nobody talks about them anymore.
I've never heard of him in my life.
Disappeared. It's kind of going back to what you were saying about Queens of the Stone Age. It's this awesome mix of genres. It's like almost pop in some. It's like sludge, stoner, doom, but pop. Yes. And I mean, the album name is Harmonicraft. It's very harmonic. There's harmonies. There's hooks. It's very positive. It's like
it is
triumphant, doom, stoner, sludge, but like with unicorns and rainbows on the cover.
With unicorns and rainbows. That's exactly it.
Yeah. So, and then also like Steve Brooks here's the crazy thing is this was released in 2012, which really isn't that long ago. But at that time, he was like one of the only openly gay figures in the metal community.
Yeah.
Like it was still kind of like this don't talk about it sort of thing back then. And he's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm me. And I love that about him and how it's expressed in the music.
I absolutely do too. It's kind of the same thing that happened around the same time in like the NFL and NBA and stuff, where all of a sudden you had like one or two people that had the balls to be like, you fuck it. Like I'm gay.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah.
They get over it.
Yeah.
And
it's like,
it's one of those things too that it's funny because look, every industry, every community, there's going to be douchebags everywhere.
Yes.
But once you get through the veil of shitty metal people, like the metal community is one of the more accepting communities that there is.
Yeah.
You can have a fucking Mormon hanging out with a gay dude, hanging out with a this and that, and they're all going to just talk metal. And like, yeah,
they're all going to fight and argue over genres and stuff, but everybody's part of the conversation.
Yeah. So I could see where it's not, I could see it being one of those things where when he did come out, I didn't hear any stories where there was anybody that was like, fuck this. Yeah. Well, good.
It's like situations like this across the spectrum of life, when there's just something that's just like, oh yeah, that just works. It always reminds me of this interview of this female comedian was interviewing Bill Burr, and she's like, how can female comedians like gain notoriety or get the respect of it? And he's just like, just be undeniable. Like
I like that.
Just be so good that people are just like, yeah, you're awesome. And that's how I feel about this band. Like, who cares? Who cares what his sexuality is? It doesn't matter. This is fucking awesome music. Who fucking cares?
Do you think that someday we'll see a female comedian that's undeniable?
Never.
I feel like we shouldn't be able to do jokes like that if Rachel's not here. We're kind of ruining our...
Yeah, we need a counterpoint there.
We do. We need somebody to say...
Mostly because I just want to pick on her.
These morons are joking. No, I love... Tina Fey, I guess. Maybe I'll just edit that out.
Just like put in a clip of Norm Macdonald's segment on Weekend Update. When he's talking about the statistics. Yeah. Just kidding. We don't hire women.
This is, this doesn't feel, this album doesn't feel dated, but it does feel kind of a different era to me. Am I wrong in that? It almost feels early 2000s instead of, when did this come out? 2012?
Right. 2012.
It feels more...
Feels mid 2000s to me.
Right?
Like 2006, 7-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when, and again, a lot of shit came from this, but you remember in the early to mid 2000s where you had all this like CKY had gotten kind of big And then suddenly you had this blend of like skater sludge metal kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And you had all these really shitty bands.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
you had like 3 or 4
That were amazing.
that were incredible.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like something from that era.
Yeah. I totally pick up on that. Yeah. That makes sense.
Should be on a Tony Hawk soundtrack or something like that.
It's like the 6 degrees of jackass.
Yes. Are you a secret pothead? Because there's a lot of meandering on this album.
Neanderthaling.
It's Neanderthaling.
I will say this. I am not a big user of the marijuana, but I have before.
In the past.
And I feel like I'm repeating myself. I probably told the story in the podcast before, but
Because you smoke too much pot.
it's germane for this band and this story, or your question. There was a moment. So I've been a fan of Down's album NOLA since it came out in 95, 96, whenever it was.
Mhm.
I was like instantly like, this is one of my favorite, always has been one of my favorite albums. And there was a moment, I want to say in late 2011, maybe, where I got just baked out of my mind and I was listening to it and I was like, oh, it like clicked. I'm like, I get, like, I already liked it, but it like clicked as to why, like, it's revered as a stoner metal. I'm like, yeah.
I get
So,
it.
yeah.
That's pretty funny.
But I don't require altering to enjoy this music.
Do you ever, not altering, but do you ever get bored? Are you ever like, I can't listen to this right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, there are tracks on the album that I'm like, skip right now. Skip today.
See, that's how I feel about albums like this but except for I will say that what Torche does better than a lot of the bands do is some of those jams so there are bands, you've played music with other people, so you know this feeling, but there is this feeling when you're playing just live in a garage or a room or whatever, and you're playing with this group of people and suddenly you hit this groove.
Yeah.
And you guys just stay on it for like
just
20
like,
minutes.
yes.
'Cause you're just
Yeah.
like, God,
It feels good.
It's the greatest feeling ever.
Yeah.
The problem is that feeling rarely translates to an album. You can't put that on an album.
Yeah.
This is one of those bands that at times on here tries to do that, but
I agree.
There are I would say it's 50-50, which is way more than other bands where there are times
It
where
works.
it really fucking works.
That's for damn sure.
In fact, you know what we didn't do the friendship test.
Damn, we didn't.
We're such dumb idiots. Evil, look, it's always impossible to guess the person's favorite song when they've lived with the album for a long time.
Yeah.
First of all, your favorite song on this has probably changed 15.
That's a good question. I'd have to think about that. I think my favorite song has been my favorite song from the jump with it.
That gives me hope that maybe I'm right. Because I think your favorite song, just because it fucking it rocks your face off and then it ducks out. It's Kiss Me Doodly.
Great one. It's fantastic.
It's a 1.5-minute mind melter.
Right
out the door.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like some of these tracks are like Sky Trials 118, and it's like melt your face for those minute 18.
That's okay. Here's the other thing I like about Torche. Stoner sludge metal people don't do 37-minute albums.
Right.
These guys did.
Yes.
Like, yes, it is possible to have a 3-minute fucking sludge metal song.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But what do you think my favorite is?
Dude, it's so hard.
That's what she said.
I'm cheating right now because you gave me a tell.
I know.
I'm going to go with Reverse Inverted.
Yeah, you might have cheated.
I don't think I would have picked that initially.
You knew exactly where I was going.
Yeah, I'm like, because we have similar feelings on that song.
Okay, all right. Well, everybody, sorry, we cheated. It's okay.
Oops.
We'll get over it. Let's see, where am I at? There, yeah, that's all I really have before awards and categories. The only other thing that I'll say about bands like this that I love is there are peaks into talent and technical brilliance, and they just never feel like they have to show it off. And
yeah,
I love bands
they don't.
like that.
They flex very sparingly.
Yes,
it fits the song.
And even then, if you haven't played an instrument for a long time or been in a band or something like that, it's hard stuff to miss that you'll hear and be like, that is technically fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
So,
before we jump into awards and categories, you ordered this vinyl.
I ordered the CD.
You ordered the CD.
Yes.
Okay.
There were like 4 vinyls on Discogs, and they were too. I'm not a. If anything that's over like $40, I'm just not going to do it.
I found one on eBay and I'm like, I might get it. This is the first album I will possibly spend over $100 on.
I stole it from you.
No, because I looked on Discogs. I looked on like Amazon. Like it's like
Pussy Lover 69. That's me. I'm the one that outbid you on it. No. I
might actually spring for this album. It has like has like a mat for your turntable that it's a clear vinyl and then a mat underneath. So it's like you put the clear vinyl on top of the mat and like
that's fun.
And there's a sealed copy. I might get that and be a horrible person and open it and use it.
Yeah, how dare you? Right?
I might do that. I might have to do that.
Fucking vinyl. Well, the problem with an album like this is this isn't one of those albums that suddenly you're going to see it in a record store, or they're probably not going to reissue it either.
No.
So I could
get while you're getting's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you find one for $60-$70 and you're a massive fan, you might just have to pull.
It's going to be like more like 150.
God.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Hey, you only live once, right? Let's take a break and get to awards and categories.
Let us do that.
We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. That's crazy.
It's amazing how that happens. Time warp.
Let's do the time. Let's see. Random Dude gave a 3 out of 5 star review, and I'm going to use that for my David Crosby Met Award for bad reviews. There were no 0 and 1 stars or 2 stars. There was a 3. And this was 2013, so it was right after this came out. Upbeat sing-along. I would call it pop metal, non-offensive, catchy. I'm sure there's 100 other bands out there that sound like this. I just don't know the names of them.
Nobody sounds like this.
I don't even think it's that mean of a review, but that was my problem. Is name one other band that sounds like this. Like you can hear.
They sound like a whole bunch of other stuff, but
exactly
this mix of it is unique to them.
Yes, you do. Because the whole album, I'm like, ooh, little Mastodon in there. Ooh,
oh yeah,
Jane's Addiction. Ooh, little Queens of the Stone Age. But it's never. I don't think these guys sound like many other people at all. So.
Another reason I picked them is they're an N of one. I love N of one bands.
You do?
Yeah, a little bit.
70 million Jackson fans can't be wrong. I don't have an answer for this. I haven't been a fan of theirs. This is the type of band that the people that like them. And this is the band that you get told by your friend, like, hey, check this band out, and you check it out and you like it. So, but I haven't lived in their space long enough.
Sure.
What about you?
My answer for what makes me feel like I'm on a small island for liking the band is I actually know and like the band. Yeah. That was my answer. Like,
That's a good answer.
But here's the crazy thing is when this was released, it made a ton of like album, like end of year lists in the metal community. Like it was really revered in its time. But it's just they have as a band have just kind of disintegrated or gone away or disappeared.
Like I said, one of them, they were interviewed by, like Kerrang and Pitchfork. And like, obviously this was on the radar.
Very much.
But it definitely, it went right past me. That's for sure.
Yep.
The What's Love Got to Do With It award. I do like this more and less because of the artists. I'd say for me more just because I didn't know them, and it's always fun to discover somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that's unfortunate for when you discover an album, we've talked about this before too, when you discover an album like this 15 years, 10 years after it came out or whatever, where this band would have had certain original sounds. Now I've heard those sounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So there are some parts you're like, well, I already kind of have that in this band, that sort of thing. Like I think it was like one of the Our Lady Peace albums or something like that. We talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish I would have found this when it came out, sort of thing.
Right.
What about you?
I mean, similar to the answer for the previous question, is like I like
big butts.
Also that.
And you cannot lie.
I like that they're an unknown, like they're kind of like this underdog unknown, even though they made a splash with this. I like that about them. It makes me want to root for. God, I hate to say it. I hate to be that person, but it is. I feel cooler for liking this album and knowing about it.
Hey, we can all deny that
I
do
do
that, but we totally fucking do that, right?
100%. And I'm like, yeah, I got this one in my back pocket. I'm going to buy the vinyl for $150. I'm awesome.
Is there a better high than showing a friend a band that they didn't know about that they're going to like? I
knew you were going to like this too. I knew that you were going to like, at least I hoped. I'm like, I was 90+% sure you were going to be like, this is.
Yes.
There's some killer stuff on here.
Of course. Damn it. DMX Award, Evil.
It's pop doom. Yeah. Like there's no other pop doom artist that I know of.
I like that. That's true. You know what I said? Gay. Hey, 2012, it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but like we said, metal guy have been like, hey, I'm gay. That couldn't have been that easy.
Think about how long it took, like Freddie Mercury, or in the metal community, Rob Halford. To come out, right?
Rob Halford is the big one.
Yeah. And he like came out and everyone's like, cool, keep making awesome music.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the most part, I'm sure there's jackasses, but those guys, fuck those guys.
Fans. Which is ironic because again, I think we talked about this too. Because their guitarist was the coolest fucking guy that ever. He was the most like open-minded,
I know,
inclusive person.
Dave Grohl has the whole story about that.
Does he?
Yeah.
What is it?
So Foo Fighters,
Dimebag Darrell all day.
Foo Fighters were on. They wound up. I'm going to probably butcher this, and this is probably full of inconsistencies. And
we've been drinking.
I'm just telling lies at this point. Just assume I'm lying.
Who we are, and they know what to expect.
From my broken and old man memory, Foo Fighters were on some like more metalish festival that Pantera was on, and he saw like Dimebag watching them play their set from side of the stage and was like rocking out, and he thought that was awesome, and so he became friends with Dimebag. And then I think fast forward to another time, another place, Dimebag was like chatting with, I want to say Britney Spears or something like that, and Dave Grohl's like, what the fuck is he doing? And then they had a conversation about that, and Dimebag's like, just be nice to everybody, like everybody's awesome, just be fucking cool, man, life's a party.
Yeah, I love that.
And Dave Grohl was like, that's it. That's who I'm going to be. And then,
and then he was very nice to a lot of ladies that weren't his wife.
Exactly. Thank you for taking that. Picking up what I was
It reminds me
slow
of,
pitch.
I'm absolutely positive you've seen this 100 times like I have, but it reminds me of that thing that you'll see on social media when you scroll through of a picture of Rob Zombie with baby metal. And he's like, just met these fucking badasses. And then some guy below is like, how can you fucking stand there with these posers, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, dude, these girls are twice
doing
the
it.
person that you will ever be. Like,
they're fucking out there doing
dude.
it.
Who the fuck are you? So metal scene has a lot of good people in it, damn it. The Mark Lanigan True Rockstar Award. It's not a good thing. And I'll say this. There are a kabillion bands out there that should be heard by so many people that never will.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that it's frustrating to think of is, in another world. I mean, fuck, I shut down the podcast fucking 6 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever it was.
Took your ball and went home.
Yeah. This is exactly what I did. If I wouldn't have brought it back, I probably would have never heard these guys.
True. That's a good point.
You know, it sucks for them that they deserve to be heard, and they probably, I don't think they're ever going to get bigger than they once were.
Doubtful.
So, sorry guys. It's not fun to be a rock star sometimes. What about you, Evil?
I teed this up earlier. They are undeniable. Regardless of him being gay or them like being this weird pop sounding thing in the doom sludge world, like they're just undeniably good.
Yeah, agreed.
And anybody who says otherwise, I will fight you.
Get him now while his legs hurt. Overrated, underrated, properly rated in its time and currently. I mean, you could say incredibly underrated, or you could say like because of just what I said before about how there's just a ton of bands that aren't going to get their kudos that they should. There's only so much time to listen to so much fucking music. What do you think?
I think in the time that this was released, they were properly rated. Like it had great reviews, All Music 5 stars, Alternative Press 4 out of 5, AV Club A-, Kerrang 4 out of 5, Metal Hammer 4.5 out of 5. It was Pitchfork 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that big.
You're right. Spin 9 out of 10.
In our next episode. Yeah.
But they've just disappeared. So I think properly rated in the time of its release and just like not even rated anymore. They're just gone.
Yeah. What do you think of their album Admission that came out in 2019? Have you listened to it?
Yes.
The thing says it's more shoegazy.
Yeah, I could see that. It's what I was said earlier about how like the arms race and the metal, like it's got to be more sludge, more of this. Sonically, it's a little outside of the sweet spot that this and Neanderthal were in for me.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, influences.
I didn't dislike it, but
influences and influencees, Evil.
Influences anything that influenced sludge, doom, stoner stuff. I mean, Sabbath, obviously, but there's so much leading up to it. I'd have to look at when they started to really speak to that. But I hear a lot of stuff that I hear in other bands that I like. Mm-hmm. Sword, Baroness, Kylesa, stuff like that. I don't know if they were influenced by those bands or were just part of that scene. You mentioned Queens of the Stone Age. That's a great pull. Jane's Addiction was a really good one too.
Dude, track 1. Like there's Jane's Addiction all over that fucking song. That is not a bad thing.
And then pop music. Like
3 minutes.
That's the big one.
It's a good one. That's pretty much Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously have talked about that a lot. And here is am I going to talk about this later? I'm talking about it now. One of the things that I found. Caius.
Oh,
Caius is a good one, which kind of goes with the band that I'm about to say, Baroness.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I found in a Torche subreddit, a subreddit talking about Torche, was all of these people found them opening for Baroness in some 2006 tour.
Yeah.
They went to a Baroness concert and the opener, holy shit,
Torche.
These guys are insane.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a ton of sense. I mean, I'm fairly certain I found them through Baroness via just album art.
Yeah. Probably not through Spotify, even though they're really, really good. Dude, what the fuck? Like, Spotify has never been great, but this last year or two,
disaster.
My God, not only is the shuffles that they give you or the finding new music just terrible and not the same 3 bands over and over and over, but even just the fucking app
is it's a fucking train wreck,
right? Like the how many millions of dollars do they put in a design team, and it's just absolutely
terrible.
Golly, Spotify. What are you gonna do if the time comes where not just because right now there's a ton of indie bands that are starting to pull their music off of Spotify. What are you gonna do? King Gizzard is
they're on YouTube Music, which I have a subscription to YouTube, so I have YouTube Music. They were on there.
What's YouTube Music? I've never used YouTube Music. How is it in comparison to Spotify as far as basically the number one reason that I stick with Spotify is because it has every song I'll ever want on it.
Right. In terms of like catalog, I don't know. I use it sparingly. I use it to listen to stuff that's not on Spotify. So I'm not using it for the algorithm or to find new stuff, or it's like, okay, where did this album go?
Yeah.
Where can I find this? And I'll check YouTube Music because I have it. It's just, it's like a bonus feature.
That makes sense.
I miss Pandora, to be honest.
Yeah. You know what I miss, and I still don't do it, is what I loved about Pandora is I curated a playlist for like a decade.
Yep.
And it turned into the greatest,
Yes.
it's the most brilliant thing ever. I need to get back on. I need to use that more.
The best thing about Pandora, again, broken record, I probably told this a million times on the pod, is if you let it play and don't thumbs up or thumbs down, it's going to keep it in bounds for maybe an hour and a half. And if you don't interact with it, but just keep it playing, it'll be like, well, what about this? And it'll pull in something from left field that you've never heard before.
Yes.
And I found so many. That's how I found Death from Above, 1979. Was a weird Pandora like session that I had going in the gym when I was training.
Yeah, exact same for me. I've found so much music thanks to Pandora back in the whatever it was, 2010-ish or something like that.
Yeah,
probably those years. Never mind the Bullocks Award. This is a big one I want to know from you. I will go first. I think I like Neanderthal more. I'm
not surprised.
It's one of those where I was like, let me see what kind of fuckery Evil was up with. and I turned, and it might just be because it was I was a little bit more used to Torche and I knew what I was kind of expecting. And then I play the second album like, oh, this is different. What about you? What is do you think this is their best album?
I can't say it's my favorite of the albums of theirs that I have listened to. Gotcha. I haven't listened to all of them. I've listened to the majority of their stuff. It's my favorite. It's also the first one. So it sort of has, built-in neural network, head start on everything else. Neanderthal is a killer album. It might be their best one. It really is. So I can't say that this is hands down the best. It is my favorite.
Gotcha. It's fair.
Yeah.
John Paul Jones Award. Look, I wouldn't fuck with this album at all. The only thing that I would want to maybe just try, just to see, is a little less polish. So with bands like this, I was talking about that groove thing. It would be fun to just hear them in a basement with some orange amps and a fucking 8-track recorder, just fucking, going for it. But I wouldn't really fuck with anything on this album. This album does what it's trying to do better than anybody else can add or take away from. What do you think?
I struggle with that too. Like, should there be anything else? Is it missing anything? Like, no. The only thing I could come up with, and I think it's because I was listening to Come Clarity in Flames album.
That's what she said.
A week or so ago. And there are a couple of tracks where they have a female vocalist kind of come in and do some duettish stuff.
Okay.
And it just was like, I'm like, maybe have like some vocal harmonies, have like a guest spot on a song or two with a female vocalist. I don't know. It might fit it fits like the uplifting pop sort of vibe.
I like it.
So, but I wouldn't necessarily think it would make it any better. It just might be interesting.
Yeah, no, I think the problem. So the John Paul Jones Award, I'll never take the award off because I love the award. I think it's the most difficult to answer usually, which makes it the best question because it makes you fucking think. But 90% of the time when we're doing these, the real answer is just don't touch it.
Right. Yeah.
But you can't. That's a fucking cop out. You can't.
Sure.
You can't say that. Dude. Seriously, award. Evil, if we didn't have a podcast and I didn't have to listen to the whole album, you came to me and said, just check this track out. What are you gonna do?
Giving away some stuff here. It's track 2, it's kicking. Okay. It just hits. I don't know what it is about it. It's got a heavy riff once it kind of kicks in. It's like this, it could have been an opening track.
Yes.
And I love Letting Go as the opening, but this could have been an opening track. I think it may have been maybe not the lead single, but I'm pretty sure it was a single.
It's got that perfect hook, that perfect major metal hook that, like I was saying, that it feels like it should be in some 2005 like compilation or something like that. Not
yeah.
I feel like when I'm saying that I'm insulting it. I'm not. Like
no.
It gets you.
And I just, when it drops into the chorus, it's beautiful.
It is. It absolutely is.
Textural, it's complex. It's like, it's just over, no, it's like 2.5 minutes. So it's a fucking pop song.
Yep. I went even shorter. I did say Kiss Me Doodly. It's 2 minutes of get in, get out. I would love
That's what he said.
Hey, yeah. That I would love to see them play this live. Would love it. The John Popper Award for Best Hook. I'm going, they're in the song Harmonicraft. There's this, their main chorus riff is this like downscaling riff that I fucking love. It's almost like an arpeggio.
Yeah. That's a great answer.
It's fucking it every time. It just gets stuck in the back of my brain and I can't get rid of it for 2 days. And that's not even counting the drums doing that the drums are just kind of pounding in your head the whole time while the guitar is fucking with you. It's just really well done and it hooks you in. But what do you think, Evil?
To not give kicking all of the credit, because I think it is probably kicking is the answer I would give. I said Letting Go. Like just the vocal, that main sort of like vocal harmony he does over the verse is just it. I don't even know what he's saying, but I can hear it. I can hear the sound of it in my head.
Great opening track.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of that.
It is Gene. I'm listening to it. There is Gene's Addiction in there. Holy shit!
Perry Fail coming in and going, "Here we go!" Man, yeah. It's very Janesy,
dude. Great pull.
Prine Best Lyric Award. The context of it is just awesome, and this is kind of their Queens of the Stone Age style song. But I love him saying "Get up, walk it off" over and over again. There's in the song "Walk It Off."
Yeah,
I just love it. I love it. Again, it's this major metal song where they're just pump, 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 pump. And you got somebody yelling at you, "Get up and walk it off." I love that. I love it. Puts me in a happy spot. And what about you?
I struggled to find a lot of like references or source material to the lyrics for this album. Like it's just
really even pay attention to the lyrics.
I mean, you know me, like might as well jump. But I actually wanted to because I like this album and I wanted to come up with something kind of cool. I had a really hard time. And so I don't know if this is the meaning of this lyric, but Kiss Me Deadly is the Lita Ford song, right? Mm-hmm. Is kind of tongue in cheek. Yep. Kiss Me Doodly from a gay frontman of a metal band might be one of the most fucking brilliant lines ever.
I didn't put that together.
Yeah. I'm like,
fucking cool.
I don't know if that is the intention behind it or not, but if it is, fucking kudos, man. It's brilliant. And it's such a catchy song.
Yeah. A lot of them are. The Eddie Van Halen Award, Evil.
All right. The easy answer would be Snakes Are Charmed. It's just such a chimey, happy, like the intro to that is fucking, the main guitar part to that is such a cool riff.
That's one of the things I was talking about, that it's technically really fucking sound.
Yeah. I mean, Sky Trials, I could throw that in there too. However, the right answer is the entire second half of Reverse Inverted, that build up they construct over like half of the song, really. Yeah. And the culmination of it is fucking chef's kiss. It is. And it's mostly guitar driven, so I think that fits the EVH award for me.
It is. I took one of yours you just mentioned and said the opening of Sky Trials.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar it's right away, right in your face.
That's Mastodon, man. That's like
yes,
straight up, speaking of Brent Hinds, like that's something right out of his playbook.
Yes. So for the Surfer Rosa Award, this is a weird one because I think side A flows way better than side B, but a lot of the big bangers are side B. So it's kind of I definitely don't think I like one side more than the other. But it's one of the more, it's a uniquely put together album. I'd be interested to see if they had any method to what they were putting together. Besides, I totally get that the first song's Letting Go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that being an opening track.
Yeah.
Duh. But everything else is kind of
fits.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm more of a fan of side A. Let me walk that back. Side A is more listenable 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Side B is a little more challenging. And so if I just want to listen to some Torche, I'll listen to some of this track. Most of the tracks I'll listen to from this album would be side A. Not all, but most. If I just want like the best of this album. But if you listen to it as an album, side B makes a ton of sense.
What about the hard one? That's what she said. Evil, what's your time of your life award song?
Unfair. But it's the closer, it's Looking On. And it is the metal's arms race of doom, sludge, stoner. It's just enough outside of the pocket of what makes this album great to be the one I would leave off. Closing with Harmonicraft might have been awesome.
Basically, that's my exact answer.
But then you would have an EP essentially at that point.
Yeah. But that's my exact answer. And it's really only because it's not, Looking On isn't a bad song. It's just the last 2.5 minutes of the same 3 chords over and over and over.
Yeah.
And that's going to feel really good when you're in your basement with the buddies.
Yeah.
But I don't need 2.5 minutes of that. But I'm also not stoned. So
right. If you smoke a bowl at the beginning of the album and then another one or two at the middle of the album, then that song makes a lot of sense at the end of the album.
Yeah. God damn. Maybe I should have. 3 best songs on the album. So I will go first. Number 3, Letting Go, the opener. Like I said, not only is this their Jane's Addiction-y song, which for me, we haven't done Jane's Addiction yet on this podcast, which is insane because I fucking love anything that's Jane's Addiction-y. I'm gonna fucking love. My number 2 is a song we haven't talked about yet, and that's Skin Moth. It is super fast. It is to the point. It's like complex enough to be intriguing, but simple enough to be effective. I'll say it like that.
It's also one of the longest songs on the album. Outside of the closer, Reverse Inverted's longer, but it's one of the longer songs on the album.
It's a whole whopping 3 minutes something. And then it sounds like there's not going to be any surprises on the favorite.
No.
Reverse
Inverted.
It is almost like look, I have Soundgarden and Alice in Chains 3 behind me if you're watching this on video, and it is every bit of certain things that make those albums brilliant. There is I hear a lot of Chris Cornell inspiration in this song. I hear a lot of Jerry Cantrell inspiration, and yet, like we said, it doesn't sound like anybody else at all. But yes, Evil, the last...
That's half.
Even if I didn't like this album at all, this song alone, this will be on every playlist I ever have from now on because of that last fucking 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it is.
It's like, yeah.
That buildup is perfection. And it's exactly what your brain just like, give me fucking more. Give me 10 minutes of this, please.
It resolves so brilliantly.
Yes.
And then when you think it's done resolving, it takes it one step further at the end.
Let's just throw in a 15th guitar track here. Let's just throw in it's great. Evil, what are your top 3?
Oh boy. So I have honorable mentions, a tie. So I could cram 5 songs in here. My honorable mention is Kiss Me Doodly.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so good. And it's in the last half of the album. It might be my favorite in the last half. on side B. Maybe. I'm glad that you picked Skin Moth. That makes me
Skin
fucking
Moth
happy.
is fucking great. And Harmonicraft is fucking great too.
Harmonicraft is amazing.
Yep.
Neither of those are on my top 3. I have a tie for 3. I have Snakes Are Charmed and the opener.
Yeah.
Letting Go are my tie. Letting Go, honestly, that could have been a number 2, but I didn't want to leave Snakes Are Charmed off of the list.
Dude,
and I also...
The guitar work in that is so fucking good.
Yeah. So 3 is a 2-way tie between Snakes Are Charmed and Letting Go. And number 2 is Reverse Inverted because it's fucking brilliant.
That's your number 2?
It's my number 2.
Holy shit.
My number 1, dun dun dun, is Kicking.
Okay. All right. So all right.
Because of all of the songs on the album, and this is a throwback to the Rush episode, I think it would be the most fun to play live.
You know what? That's the second time you've done that.
Yeah.
I have to start thinking of it like that.
Yeah. Like, there's so much energy in it, and the walking bass after the first verse. Oh, dude.
Something that's very funny. We're going to get a little personal now. And you and I talk. I talk to you more than I talk to anybody, just through memes alone. You are one of the most jaded fucks I've ever known in my life. You are a bitter, jaded person, but you listen to so much extremely positive energy sort of music. It's such a juxtaposition.
Keeps me from killing people.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Like, you're not, to be clear, he's not a negative person. Like he's fun as fuck to be around. He's funny, but he's a very bitter, jaded fuck. We wouldn't get along as well as we do if he wasn't.
I hate people, but I love humans.
Yeah, God, I'm going to talk a lot about that in the next episode, I think. But why do you think that is? You don't know why that is?
I don't know. I'm a walking contradiction.
You like the major chord.
Oh, I love it.
Things
Dude.
are going to be all right sort of stuff. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. Who won the album? I
am hoping that the listeners of this episode won the album because they now are exposed to this album and this band.
Yeah.
That's my hope. That's my hope.
I'm saying people that went to see that Baroness show. Because they all saw an opener that they were like, right, fuck, we have a new favorite band now.
Yeah. So, speaking of opening bands, I'll save this for next episode. I'm going to talk about that sword show that I went to and some of the shit that I saw there. Yeah. No, let's save that
because you kept sending me bands.
Dude.
It's funny because when you go to live shows, you're always like, "Holy fuck these guys! Holy fuck these guys!" I'm like, dude, I think you just like live music.
You just like live music. I'm like, yeah, fair. That's fair.
But there is one band we need to talk about because they're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the next one. Rate this album. So here's my thing, and I'm spoiling a lot for the next episode, but I don't care. This is gonna sound like I'm shitting on it, and it's the opposite. I gave this album a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I gave this album as a 7 out of 10 is it was a slap in the face to myself of realizing that there's nothing wrong with being great at what you do, and yet not really giving me any sort of holy shit, this album's brilliant sort of thing. I don't know at what point I decided that every single artist has to go into every single studio session saying, we are going to write the greatest album that ever lived.
Right.
For some reason, that's how I have it in my head. Maybe that's just because that's the type of person that I would be. Yeah, I'd be a fucking nightmare in a recording. I have been a fucking nightmare in a recording session. But hey, sometimes not only is there nothing wrong, sometimes you just need a great 7 out of 10 album. And that's what this is. What do you think?
I dig that. Oh man, I had a hard time rating this because I love it. I love the album. I also will skip a bunch of tracks when I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
If I took Letting Go, Kicking, Reverse Inverted, Snakes Are Charmed, maybe even Roaming, Kiss Me Doodly, and Harmonicraft, This is like a 12 out of 10. Like it's so good.
You can't do
But
it.
as an album, I wanted to rate it higher because it made so many end of the year lists in 2012. It probably would have been my favorite album of 2012 if fucking Van Halen didn't put out their last album in 2012. Going back and rating it, but I'm going to give it an 8.5. It's imperfect. It's skippable at times.
It's a good score.
That's a
8.5
solid
is
score.
high.
It's pretty high.
Incredibly high.
And this is one of my all-time favorite albums. So I had a hard time not being like, it's like a 9 or 9.5.
Albums.
It is. It really is. And part of it is because it's like, this is mine. This is my secret find that I found, and it's awesome, and I love it.
I get it.
Yeah. Like
Torche. Harmonicraft. Go check it out. Go when you're in that mood, when you want to. Here's what I would say, actually, because I think that there's probably a lot of our listeners that I know the type of music a lot of our listeners enjoy, and it's not stoner metal.
Yeah,
but try
this is different.
Out.
This is different.
Yes, we keep saying sludge metal, stoner metal. I would compare.
No,
look at the people we keep talking about. Queens and Jane's Addiction. Like,
yeah, listen to the first 2 tracks. Just give the first 2 tracks a go because they're very accessible.
Listen to Reverse Inverted. All you music lovers,
yes.
Just go listen to Reverse Inverted and tell me that the end of that song doesn't fucking.
It's fucking brilliant. Oh my god.
Evil. Thanks for showing me Torche. I have a new song.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I kind of expected about what you gave them as a review, and I knew you would love it at the same time.
Yeah. No, that song's. I'm gonna listen to that song. It's when we do the Spotify thing at the end of the year. It's gonna be on there. That ending. God damn.
Dude.
Everybody, what a good band. Ladies and gentlemen, join us next week when we talk about the album I gave to Evil. I have decided that we officially need to make him a Bad Religion fan. So there's a reason I gave him The Process of Belief, and we're going to talk about that in the next episode. Evil, good job. Well done. Let's not tell them that we're coming right back and just doing this all over again. Oops. Say goodbye to the people, Evil.
Goodbye to the people, Evil.
Yeah. VerseCourseVerse.com @VerseCourseVersePod. We love you. Good night and good luck.